Yeah, so I think my company's been set up now for maybe 5, 6 years, and my customers have been extremely loyal to me, and I feel like I just wanted to give something back to the community. So I was literally driving to work one day, and something just popped into my head. I thought, why not do something for a child that is sort of bedridden for, like, even like a mental health illness or just a general health illness, where they're bedridden and the four walls is just sort of what they're used to. And I thought my job is the perfect opportunity to give them some, I don't know, just some tranquility really in the room, and just something where they feel good, and that's their sort of their happy place. So obviously I put a podcast up. It wasn't even a podcast. It was a general. I was just talking mainly just to got a little reel out on Instagram about maybe the possible idea of just people nominating and sticking up a picture of the children and telling me a bit about the background and why they're suffering. And I sort of wanted to sort of nominate. I wanted to pick someone who I felt would benefit the most out of it. So I stuck that up there. And then I just thought, I got so much response to it, and I thought, it's just not enough just painting someone's walls. I feel like someone needs to get involved. And so, yeah, so I think my company's been set up now for maybe 5, 6 years, and my customers have been extremely loyal to me, and I feel like I just wanted to give something back to the community. So I was literally driving to work one day, and something just popped into my head. I thought, why not do something for a child that is sort of bedridden for, like, even like a mental health illness or just a general health illness, where they're bedridden and the four walls is just sort of what they're used to. And I thought my job is the perfect opportunity to give them some, I don't know, just some tranquility really in the room, and just something where they feel good, and that's their sort of their happy place. So obviously I put a podcast up. It wasn't even a podcast. It was a general. I was just talking mainly just to got a little reel out on Instagram about maybe the possible idea of just people nominating and sticking up a picture of the children and telling me a bit about the background and why they're suffering. And I sort of wanted to sort of nominate. I wanted to pick someone who I felt would benefit the most out of it. So I stuck that up there. And then I just thought, I got so much response to it, and I thought, it's just not enough just painting someone's walls. I feel like someone needs to get involved, and because a decorator can only do so much. I have got a good sense of style, but I feel like I can only do so much. So I decided to contact Simone from Blank Canvas, and I've done some projects for Simone, and I know she has another business as well with someone else, and they do a lot of handcrafted stuff for kids. Simone's style is so unique, and I've seen that firsthand. So she came back. Obviously, she was on board with the idea, like 100%. But I couldn't, I couldn't expect myself to pay for all the furniture to be able to do that. The decorating loan and materials, I will, chip in. I'll do that. So my two lads that work for me, which is Harry Mooney and Alex Oakle, they were completely on board with this, and they thought it was a fantastic idea. So that's how we went about it. So then obviously I thought, we're going to have to raise some money for this cause to be able to get the furniture, to get the style. So I can't put Simone in a position where she can't do what she needs to do. So I put up a fundraising thing, and I think in less than 8 hours I got like 600 quid, and I thought it was just mental. And I generally I put like a £3,000 mark, and I haven't even spoken to Simone yet, so I don't even know how much we actually need. But what I'm wanting is almost like, it's like a unique like room transformation. So where the kid sees it, she's just going to be absolutely, do you know what I mean, shell shocked. So I thought, how could we? I had people message me about the plastering, about like even people wanted to replace windows and stuff like that. I just thought, there's only so far this can go before the child's actually mortgage free, before the parents. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I could pick the best ones. Now I've had, if there's any plastering work that needs done, John Johnson from Style Plastering said he'll happily do it free of charge. I've got Richie Elderson, who I do multiple projects with. He's got a company called Town and Country Limited. That's one to look out for because he's brilliant joiner. I've got George Wild, who I'm actually part of. His community. He does a lot of fitness stuff, and he's done a lot for me in the past. He was the perfect person to bring on board because not only has he got the following base, what he wants to do with his business is very similar to mine. He wants to give back. So him and Daniel Hans, who's another personal trainer, they put money towards it. But then I thought, you know what? How can they help the the whole process more. So I thought they've got a personal trainer who's into videography, and George is very good to him. He wants to work on his portfolio. Not only that, obviously the health and nutrition. So he's wanting to use Akos, his name is, use his skills. He wants to come in, and he wants to film. He wants to film the whole thing, the whole experience. So the audience basically see all the donators, but see what their money has actually gone to, so they'll be able to see the child's reaction and everything like that. I've sort of had to put my social anxiety to the side, and I'm going to have to be mic'd up and speak to the child, speak to the parents and stuff like that. But it is something I'm getting used to. It's something I feel like as a business, you just have to go out your comfort zones. And this is like just the perfect opportunity for me to really like showcase like not only my company's goodwill, but just the whole experience. And I just want to give something back for a change. So this is just the perfect example.
So if I understand it right, you haven't chosen or found a child yet. You're asking people to nominate a child.
Yeah, so I feel like what's the best thing to do and what's the most like fairest thing to do is for people to nominate a child they think deserve it. So I've yet to obviously choose someone. Like it has been hard. The messages I've got, and obviously the comment, like I found most of the people in the most difficult situation have PM me, but that doesn't mean other people are out the question. It's just, it's a hard one. It's a hard pill to swallow. And for me, fair play to the parents because they love that child so much, and the stuff they put up to, it's just, I've got full on respect to it because, I've got a child, I've got a daughter myself, and I've always felt, if that happened to me in a situation, how I'd cope. So it does take someone with a very, very, very big heart to be able to take someone on like that. But all respect from my side.
With the messages that you're receiving, does it kind of highlight or open your eyes to how many people out there need help?
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, to be honest with you. I've had Leslie Turnbull from Wish Upon a Dream. She does obviously a lot of charity work. She's contacted me, and she's got some very sick children, and I feel, I wish I could help it. Wish I could help everyone. Maybe it's something I could go down the route on, just doing, like, rather just because, could just go down the route and just do that for free. But I feel like a lot of people jump on board with this because it doesn't take much. You know what I mean? Just to make one child's happiness. Like, I just think it doesn't take much.
And by when, once you get everything, by when would you like to start, once you choose the child, once you have everything in place, by when would you like to start some work?
So the way it's going to work is there's a lot of T's and C's, to be honest with you, when it comes to stuff like this. I've put down 29th of March as a sort of the deadline. I'm wanting to raise $3,000. More amazing. If we have any spare left money, it would just go to a charity. But it's ideally we're going to have to speak to the parents. There's allergies. There's all sorts. We can't just go in and just stick anything in. There's loads of things you've got to think about for the child's health as well. So they need to be discussed. We've got one thing I'd like to add as well, which I just thought was totally amazing. I think it's a great little add-on. Is we've got Clean Cut valet. He does all the cars. He's done my car before. He actually gave me a phone call and I said, can I jump on board with it? And I thought at first, I was like, how is he going to get involved? How the child doesn't drive? Do you know what I mean? And he actually said, well, the parents have been through a lot. And I feel like, while that's going on, I could do my part and, I can clean the car for them and stuff like that. So I thought, what? I like a great idea. So he's on board with it. I've just tried to pick the best people. I can't pick everyone, do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, the people I have chosen, it's most of the people I work with because I've got a work relationship with them and I know it's going to work and it's not just hearsay and there's a lot of, you know what I mean? I know they'll do it.
Can I ask, in the past year and a half, we know what businesses have been through. We've seen, the dips that businesses have taken. Does it warm your heart to see businesses still trying to rally around and support and help and offer whatever service they can?
Do you know what? Over here, I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of a different mentality on the Isle of Man. In the decorating side of things, I feel like it's a battle between everyone. So I'm very lucky. The people I'm close to and the people who have companies like I've worked with in the past. I want to give a shout out as well to Chris Whitehead. He's recently gone on his own. I think it's about a year, and he's smashing it. He's absolutely smashing it, and he is a good decorator. And he's one person who, vice versa, we always speak to and I always support. I feel like I don't get that a lot of support when it comes to the trades in the Isle of Man. In England, it's a different story, but I am very lucky that I have quite a lot of following on my Instagram of like people from the UK. I've gone to trade shows and stuff like that. I've got a good networking thing over there. There's a lot of people in America who they like my stuff, and that's another thing when it comes to the donating. I'm getting donations from them, which I think is fantastic, and they're on board with it all.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or say?
So basically, I want people to know so if they want to donate, I've got it on majority of my posts. There'll be a link there to a Just Giving page. I've got most of it on my stories. If you go onto my Instagram, which is John Skelton Limited, if you go onto that, it'll be on my bio. There'll be a link there, and also if you go into Black Canvases, I think it's on their Instagram as well. The same thing goes with them, and George Wilde has it on his. So if you haven't heard of me, you probably heard of George Wilde. So I think we're just going to stick it on all our social media platforms. It's going to be on Facebook. I'm actually putting my own money into this. I'm actually sponsoring it to get it out. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I have to do that now. But for me, it's stone unturned. I'm doing the right thing, and that's if I'm putting money towards the sponsoring and I'm doing the initial work, I think I'm doing myself a favour and I'm really giving something back.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Little Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.